that is, and if you leave Islam, you can leave Islam. Anyone can leave Islam, and there is no problem with it. And there is a verse that's saying in the Quran, وَقَالُوا آمَنَّا وَلَكِنْ لَمَّا يَدْخُلِ الْإِيمَانُ فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ. They say we believe, but Islam did not enter the heart. And so, what
but
can
that have to do with anything? هذول صاروا كافرين ومن حقهم يكفروا ما آمنوا. If they don't believe in something, you can't force a person to believe it. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about people who believe
it's not even forcing. You know, if you don't believe by the heart, you cannot contain it. You cannot be it. So,
okay, man, I don't mind that. I'm not talking about that.
Yeah. So if they became non-Muslims.
For example, me, listen, Yolungt. For example, me, I was born into Islam. I left it after 15 years. I made sure that I wanted to leave it, and I left it. Okay? All right?
Yeah.
I made it very clear to my family. I am not a Muslim. I will never be a Muslim.
Okay, and that verse including you, yeah?
I'm explaining something to you. The very fact that I said I will not be a Muslim, okay, for other people is problematic because ultimately they say that leaving Islam is punishable by death. So what should I do with that type of mindset that tells me that if I were to leave Islam, they should take my life?
But you left though.
When in the hadith they say to me, "Dammik halal," what should I say?
Okay, you did leave, yeah?
Yeah, I did. Of course, I left it.
You're still alive today, yeah?
My dear man, I'm alive. غصبا عنهم.
غصبا عنهم?
Yeah, غصبا عنهم.
And where you from?
I'm from Saudi Arabia.
Okay. I can understand.
I can go as I please. By the way, in Saudi Arabia, we don't practice this type of Sharia, just so you know. My people are not married to the Sharia. The only time we apply Sharia is when somebody is murdered or when somebody commits treason.
Yeah, but and that's the way they live. They live their life. I cannot judge them.
Listen to me.
And listen, and
then drive home for you.
Then I can give you an evidence from the verse that you're using. من بدل دينه فاقتلوه. And that verse have its own conditions. Okay.
What are the conditions?
The conditions are 3. And the one that left, and it's fighting back the religion that he left.
I will give you the fatwa, okay, that was given within the time of Muhammad, okay, which set a precedent for how Islam was going to deal with apostatizers, okay? And from your hadith, by the way, from your hadith, okay?
Okay, keep going. But I can tell you too that the 3 conditions is that the one who leave Islam and keep attacking it. The second one is...
What do you mean keep attacking it? Yani if I talk about Islam and I tell people Islam is false, yani that's me attacking Islam.
Okay, no, you are saying, you can maybe say, and you can maybe say, talk about their God, their prophet.
لا عادي اسمح لي.
You know, this is...
I wanted to describe attacking Islam. Describe it for me.
Attacking Islam is, you know, you can talk shit, you can fight them, you can go with war.
No, attacking Islam itself. Attacking Islam, not talking shit and attacking people. How do you attack in an ideology? How do you attack it? Can you help me understand? Because I don't know what you're talking about.
There is many things you can do to attack an ideology.
Describe it for me.
And if I give you one thing, it's coming through the woman. If you want to attack ideology in Islam is based by the woman.
Show me.
Okay, wait. I can give you an example. I cannot show you right now because...
Yeah, Azizi, I don't like blah blah. تدري أنا شلون أشتغل? Okay? The way that I make my points is by going to the Quran, to the Hadith, to the Tafasir. Okay? I like to talk with evidence. Okay? I said, show me. You say by the woman. How does the woman have power in Islam? In Islam, the woman has no power.
Okay, I will show you to you. And in Islam, and it says that the paradise lays between the feet of the mother, or under the feet of the mother.
That's a lie, because that is a da'if hadith. Okay. That doesn't give women.
Another one.
Please listen to me. Don't give me weak hadith that has nothing to do with apostasy. I asked you, why should a person who leaves Islam be unalived? You're not giving me the answer. You're giving me الجنة تحت أقدام الأمهات. إيش دخل هذا في هذا?
But why are you angry?
No, I'm asking you for. Trying to make myself clear. Do you not understand the question, or is it like too complex for you?
Okay, I told you there's 3 reasons.
Again, the 3 reasons you have not established. The first reason,
Okay, you are on your laptop, yeah? You can show me the evidence that I'm telling you.
No, listen to me.
If you are telling the truth really and speaking like a true.
Yolungt, understand something, okay? I don't like liars, okay? I asked you what the conditions were. You said there were 3 preconditions that set a precedence for why a person should be unlived. And I said, what are those preconditions? You said there are 3. Give me the 3 conditions, please.
Okay, I'm telling you the 3 conditions.
What's the first?
I cannot speak.
What is the first condition?
The first condition is the one who left Islam and keep attacking it after he left it.
Okay, how does a person attack Islam after he leaves it?
He can attack it by physically or mentally.
How?
By talking bad things all the day, that giving them, talking about the gods, about Allah, about the Prophet.
Okay, so just wait a second. If I say the truth about Muhammad, and I say this truth doesn't agree with humanity, I believe Muhammad is not a prophet. That's me attacking Muhammad.
No, if you say you don't believe Muhammad is a prophet, it's okay.
Yeah, but I also give the reasons why.
And you can give the reasons, and I can give you a reason back.
Okay, good. But then you're saying that you attack the prophet. I don't believe he's a prophet. In fact, I never believed he was a prophet. I believe he's a warmonger. I believe that he's a liar and a charlatan. He doesn't have a single prophecy, nor a single miracle. Is that me attacking Muhammad?
No.
Really?
But if I give you a sign that he had miracles, what are you gonna say?
Which miracle?
Okay, before I came to the miracle, what you gonna say if I give you the miracles that he did?
Show me miracles first. Allah? You think I'm the type of person who'll go, oh, Muhammad has miracles? Oh, he's a prophet. Yes, miracles. No, I'm not like that.
Okay, you see, I'm talking all peaceful with you, but you are...
I'm giving you, listen to me, I am also peaceful. I have not hurt you. I have not attacked you. I'm just saying, I'm asking you what the miracles are. What are the miracles?
Okay, I can give you, and the science said that the moon was split in 2.
No, the science does not say that the moon was split. In fact, the NASA laughs at you every time you say that.
So you disagree with that one?
I not only disagree, I think it's the most dumbest statement to ever been made in Islam. The moon has never been split. By the way, in the Quran it says, دنت الساعة وانشقت القمر. Okay? It doesn't say right now. When is the hour? It's talking about the hour. Has the hour come?
Okay, I will give you another one then.
Okay, fine.
Okay. If I give you another one then, and let's say...
I don't know what you're going to give me.
I will give you, but why you don't have patience?
I want now, because
have you been here too long?
Yeah, you have to be quick. See, I like to work quickly. I have evidence here against from the book of Zakah. Okay, this is considered a fatwa from your Muhammad. Okay.
Okay.
And what else? I also have another one from the chapter of parables. I have the other one from merits of the helpers in Medina, and it explains exactly why the Sahaba and Muhammad unalived the apostates. And it gives you the instruction of Muhammad, who said, "Man baddala deenuh." This is fatwa by Muhammad, nobody else. So please give me your miracle, although that has nothing to do with anything.
Okay, and you are Saudian, so you should know this. Did Muhammad leave Saudi Arabia?
No, never did.
He did one time.
Nope.
He did one time.
Nope. Where?
He went on a business trip for Khadija.
When he was younger, you mean? I'm talking about his prophecy. Of course, he was on a business trip.
I asked you generally.
No, it wasn't general. You said, did Muhammad travel? Okay, I'm thinking only of his prophethood. In the time of Khadija, yes, Khadija sent him on many business trips to Syria, to what we know today as Syria and Iraq.
Okay.
Okay, what does that have to do with anything? When he
Okay.
was younger, he was younger. He was not 40 years old.
Okay. So you know that Muhammad couldn't read or write, yes?
No, I know he knows how to read and write.
He. Okay, let's say he can read or write.
He can.
How can, and you know the Badawi that time in Saudi Arabia, and how it was more
Well,
than
how is it? How is it?
okay, and it was like not green like today or buildings, tall buildings. Okay,
Yeah, there were tall buildings. You know where?
was it in
You know where?
before 1,400 or
My dear
500?
brother, listen to me. Do you know where those tall buildings were?
Where?
In Yemen, there were tall buildings, very, very tall buildings. They're still standing there today.
Was it in Saudi? Was it in Saudi Arabia?
I'm talking. Do you understand that Saudi did not exist? Saudi just existed less than 100 years ago. Okay, it became Saudi less than 100 years ago. What are you talking about? يعني أنا you're saying سعودية
Okay.
إيش دخل
Okay.
السعودية في تاريخ الإسلام؟ إيش دخل السعودية؟ ما دخل السعودية في شيء.
That's where it started.
My dear brother, Saudiya was not Saudiya. It was known as the Arab Peninsula. It was not Saudiya. There were no nations back then.
Okay, where did
There was no
Prophet
Saudiya.
Muhammad
Please
used to
listen.
live?
Please listen. Okay.
Where did
There was no
Prophet
Saudiya.
Muhammad
يا
used to
أخي،
live
speak
at?
in. يعني don't talk over me. What's wrong with you? Don't manifest. There was nothing called Saudi Arabia back in the day. I come from there. Saudi Arabia became Saudi Arabia 100 years ago. And then before that, it was just the Arab Peninsula. And as for the Arab Peninsula, yes, tall buildings existed back then. They still exist today in Yemen. The tallest buildings were in Yemen.
You
And
mean the
also
kingdom of
tallest,
Saba? You mean the
speak it,
kingdom of Saba?
speak it. Shut up. Don't talk over me. Don't talk over me. You
Talk,
don't
talk.
know. If you don't know, you don't know. Don't talk over me. I don't like it. The kingdom of Sana'a was not the kingdom of Sana'a when Muhammad was there. Okay, it wasn't a kingdom during Muhammad's time. It was just Yemen. Okay? And that part of the world had tall buildings. Iraq had tall buildings. Syria had tall buildings. Jordan had tall buildings. So, sir, respectfully.
So you are telling me that Saudi Arabia, exactly, you know where I'm talking about?
I'm talking about Saudi, Emirates, Kuwait, Bahrain.
Why are you dictatorshiping like this? Let me
I'm
talk
not
a bit.
dictatorshipping anything. I am telling
Okay.
you. There
Okay,
was
let me say my thing, then you can talk. I listen to you. If you want to talk, I will go quiet.
So when you talk, I have to be quiet. But when I talk, you have to cut me off.
Okay, please talk now. I'm hearing.
Don't do that. I'll let you talk, but don't do that with me. Go ahead, talk.
Okay, exactly where the Prophet Muhammad used to live at, exactly, there was no tall buildings in that area from Saudi Arabia till and what till and what.
Okay, so it's not a big deal. As for the greenery, he would see Mecca, or even if you went to Riyadh, every single springtime we'd have greenery. Yeah, and it's not a big deal. Yeah, the desert becomes green once in a blue moon. It rains and it becomes green. What's the problem? Yambu, Asir, Jazan, all these places are green. Ta'if, it's green. It's not just a desert. السعودية ترى السعودية كلها مو بصحراء. You understand? There are some places that are really nice and green. Some places look like they're a jungle.
You know the history of Quraysh. They used to go to when it was, it was so Sahara that they didn't have nothing to eat. The family that didn't have nothing to eat, they used to go to some what they call caves, and they used to lay there till they die. And you know that more than me because you know your history. You're Arab. I'm not Arab.
True. Listen, just because somebody says
Come
that
on,
to you,
that's how much Sahara it was.
Yolungt, where are you from?
Me, I'm from Tanzania.
Tanzania. So Tanzania, you're trying to tell me, you're trying to educate me about my country, which is Saudi Arabia, and I tell you that Saudi Arabia has green places and Saudi Arabia has desert places. Yemen is half of a desert; the other portion is green. Okay, this is well known about Yemen, and in Saudi Arabia, same thing applies. Okay, you're trying to tell me that it's desert area all the time. Mecca is a desert area, yes, but it's also a very humid place because the ocean is right there. The Red Sea is right there. Medina is also right there, right next to the Red Sea. So, sir, respectfully, there are wells. There are clean water, pure water wells, sweet water wells in Mecca everywhere, in Medina everywhere. Now, of course, we don't need that. We don't need wells because we have water desalination projects from within the Red Sea where we use that for getting clean water. But even if that weren't the case, sir, why is it so far-fetched to say, oh, our country one day will be a green place? It's not. It's not true. It is. Because even in Tanzania, you have hot places.
No, can I just say one thing?
Excuse me, I'm talking. In Tanzania, you have desert places or no? You have hot places in Tanzania. I've seen it.
Yeah, we have it.
Yeah, and then you also have very green, lush places in Tanzania. Excuse me. You have forest areas also in Tanzania, protected parks in Tanzania.
Yeah, I have.
Well, us then, in that case, it's not too far-fetched, Mr. Yolungt, okay, to say, one day this Arab Peninsula, one day Tanzania will be green, like the rest of Tanzania. One day Saudi Arabia or the Arab Peninsula will be green, like the rest of the Arabias. Because all of Arabia is not desert. Yes, Riyadh is desert. Jeddah is not. Mecca is desert. Medina is desert. Taif, Yambu', Jazan, and so on forth. Yambu' and all these places are not desert. They're green. When you go to Iraq, same thing. There are some places that are desert-like. There are other places that are green. In Syria, a lot of places are green. In Jordan, a lot of places are green, and other places they're desert-like. So, sir, respectfully, Yolungt, this idea that Muhammad said, oh, Saudi Arabia will be green. You know why he said it? Because when it rains in Mecca, it does become green. In spring, we have a season called spring. Maybe you don't know this, okay? We have seasons in Saudi Arabia also, just like any other nation. And guess what? We have rain. When it rains, it becomes green. And then when it becomes summer, all of it dies. And then what happens is it becomes a desert again. يعني عادي يا Yolungt. This is not something that needs scientific facts. This is not a scientific fact. This is just an everyday happening. Okay? So continue. And as for the tall buildings that you're talking about, they were everywhere. Okay? You know that the building of Petra
who has the tallest building in the world?
Yeah, you're going to say the one in Dubai. I get it.
And owned by who?
By who?
By Arabic people, yeah.
Who said?
You can Google that. I can Google that. The knowledge is free, you know.
Who built it? Who built it?
It's built by many people, practically.
Who built it?
Who owns it?
Who are the architects who built it?
Not the architect. Who owns it?
My dear man, I can buy something. I didn't create it. Do you understand? I can buy designer clothes. I can buy a designer watch. I can buy let's say a Rolex, for example. Just because I bought it, does it mean that I created it?
But who owns it?
I am telling you, if I bought it, doesn't mean that I created it.
Okay, who paid the people that
Yeah, Azizi. In Saudi Arabia, we built many beautiful things. We did it with money. Okay, money that we got from the ground, no problem. But we did not use our brains in order to create all of that. We brought engineers from the outside world, from Germany, from America, they work for us and they built it. No Emirati went into the Emirati building and put a glass panel there. You know why? Because Emiratis don't work like that. That's a job for somebody who's not supposed to be Emirati. Okay?
Okay.
No, Emiratis don't touch stuff. Do you know that? Saudis.
They are too rich. They are too rich to touch.
I'm giving you an example. Yeah, but you are not. I don't understand why you're trying to convince me of my people. I don't take credit for the work that you do. Do you understand?
Me too. I don't take
credit. If you created, like, let me explain to you something, okay? Let's say you wanted a wedding cake, okay? And the most expensive wedding cake was something that I make. The wedding cake is something that is my profession. Okay, so I created it. I spent time decorating it. I made it look good. And what happens? Then you come and then you say, Rita, I want to buy this cake. And I say, hey, that's not a problem. Can you pay me $5,000 for this big, beautiful cake? And they say, $5,000, that's expensive. I say, yeah, but these are the prices for my cake. And then you buy the cake, and then you're the consumer. Does it mean that you created the cake? Just because you bought it? No, sir.
But what if I pay you to build me that cake, to make me that cake?
Yeah, that's what I just said. I built the cake.
You are working for me, yeah?
No, I don't work for you.
If I'm paying you, you work for me.
Listen, sir, let me explain something for you, okay? Contractors are not your employees, okay? A contractor for a building is not your employee. You may pay them, okay? But they're an independent company for a reason. They're not your employee. They have a contract with you, okay? That doesn't mean they're your employees. They have a contract to finish the project. End of story. It doesn't mean that they built it. Okay. Listen, can we just move on from this? Because this is getting pedantic. Okay. Just because you bought...
Okay, I will give you one last, and we finish. I don't know if you're gonna invite me to Christianity or not.
Babylon had the tallest building, which got destroyed.
Okay.
Babylon in Iraq had the tallest building in history, okay? And it got destroyed. Does it mean that just because they had the tallest building, that's actually an accomplishment? It's not. It's not a miracle. It's just something that people can do. The tallest buildings around the world testify that no building in Arabia, okay, even in Saudi Arabia, like we're not that impressed with the architecture, just so we're clear. I went to India, I saw such amazing infrastructure. I went to Egypt, I saw the pyramids, I was amazed by that. I went to Jordan, I saw the Petra, and I was amazed by that. I saw the Dead Sea, it was amazing, it was beautiful. And then I went all the way to give me that country's name. Dagnabbit.
Which country?
Japan. When I went to Japan, do you know the most beautiful architecture? The most beautiful architecture in the world I've ever seen. Japan. With gardens and whatnot, unbelievably astonishing infrastructure. So when I tell you that I went there and I saw, and I was so impressed, do you understand? You're telling me something that
are they the same tall as Burj Khalifa? No.
Dear man, who cares about Burj Khalifa?
No. Prophet Muhammad said exactly that they're gonna raise and who builds the highest one. And
where did he say it would be built? Where did he say it would be built? Agul, where did he say? Where did he say that it would be built? In Mecca?
No, in Arabian Peninsula.
Agul. Was the Emirat part of the of Muhammad's cult? Was it?
No.
So then why are you going to Emirat instead of focusing on mainland peninsula? Yani forget about Burj Khalifa, please. Don't make a clown out of yourself, okay?
Okay. Let me go to the next one.
Please listen. I did not ask you.
I think we had enough of this one.
يعني when you go, see, this is the problem. You talk and then I talk. غصب عنك يعني. ايش فيك انت? You say the Burj Khalifa is the tallest building. I'm telling you, it's got nothing to do with Mecca and Medina. Muhammad was more focused on Mecca and Medina. You're taking me all the way to Dubai. I don't care about Dubai. Please.
I gave you the one in Saudi Arabia, but you declined.
And I'm telling you, the one in Saudi Arabia
I can take you back all the way to Abraham. When he came to Saudi Arabia. When he came to Saudi Arabia, Abraham.
He didn't.
He didn't?
He didn't.
Okay, the water of Zamzam.
So what?
How you clarify the water of Zamzam?
The water of Zamzam is like any well. What do you mean? So if there's a well, wait a second. If there's a well in Taif, it's a miracle? If there's a well in Mount Sinai,
so you don't know the miracle of Zamzam, yeah?
My dear man, you say it's a miracle. To me, it's not a miracle.
Okay, we have different upset.
I am telling you, finding water in the middle of a desert, especially if it's an oasis, does not mean that the water is miraculous. And by the way, if you drink Zamzam water, you'll get poisoned. Did you know that? If you try to drink Zamzam water, you'll get poisoned. It gets black.
I drank it many times. Why did I get
No.
this?
You drank purified water, which we tell you is water, Zamzam water.
No, I've been to Saudi Arabia, man. I drank.
Yeah, Azizi, I know. And we give you the water that is purified. We put water into the well.
So now you're gonna speak for them too.
I am telling you what we do. Why
So
don't
how
you?
I'm gonna believe everything that you say? Give me evidence.
Why should I believe what you say?
So we both have this and what is called issues. Believe in each other.
No problem. But I'm telling you, we put desalinated water into the well of Zamzam. Okay? We put desalinated water. Do you understand? Desalinated water from the Red Sea into the well of Zamzam so that we can give you Zamzam water.
But you know that the water that comes from Zamzam is infinite. Yeah? It never takes finish.
Infinite. Who told you it's infinite?
It never takes finish.
When they checked it, listen to me.
When did Abraham leave? When did Abraham leave? Till now, it's keep going. It's just working.
It's unbelievable. Who told you this? Who told you?
You can do your researches. I did my research.
Who told you? Who told you?
You know, as a Muslim, I gotta find my research.
Who told you that Abraham was there when this well was dug?
History.
What history? Whose history? Whose
Quranic
history? Quranic history is not history.
If it's not to you, it's done to me.
It has to be verified. How do you verify Quranic history?
Okay, how many histories are in
Let me give you a different example. Forget about water of Zamzam, okay? Have you gone to Cave Hira?
Qara Hira.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I didn't want that.
لا ليش?
And why I go?
You went all the way to Mecca. You didn't go to Cave Hira.
No.
شلون يعني؟
And ليش?
What?
Did you go there? Did you go there?
Of course, twice in my life, unfortunately.
MashaAllah, you're better than me then.
Yolungt. What kind of funny man are you? Listen.
You see, I give you even compliments. That's okay.
Yeah, no. I compliment you too, yani. You're very smart.
You did it.
I compliment you too because you stayed here long, very long, and you've been nothing but respectful. Wallah min jid, yani. I respect you a lot.
But by the way, I'm not Tanzanian. I'm Somali. I'm sorry for the lie.
Why did you lie?
I just want to see your reaction. I know if I tell you Somali,
I love the Somalis. You kidding me?
Go down.
I love the Somalis. One of my friends is Somali.
Okay.
I've got a Somali friend here on TikTok as well, like a really close friend.
But let me ask you one thing. Do you have Muslim friends?
Lots of my bestest friends are Muslim. They know what I do. They know what I say.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Yeah, but I also have family who are Muslim. My Saudi family, they're half of them are Muslim.
And they want to kill you?
Of course not.
Fuck, sorry.
Kill. Yolungt.
Sorry.
No, they do not want to unalive me. They love me.
Okay, they accept you, yeah?
They accept me because my mother is Christian and I'm Christian. They don't mind. If I became a Christian, see the argument. Let me give you the technicality here, okay? Because I was raised in a secular household, the Sharia does not apply to me. I say that my father never forced me to become a Muslim. My father never said, Rita, become a Muslim. So the Sharia lets me go. When they asked me, why aren't you a Muslim? I said, my father never told me to be a Muslimah. They said, why did you become a Christian? I said, my mother is a Christian. I got curious. I learned about Christianity. I didn't learn about Islam. And then they said, oh, so you don't know about Islam? I said, I know about Islam, but I made the choice to follow Christianity. And they said, because your father said, you don't have to learn. I said, my father never said you don't have to. I said, nobody forced me. Nobody told me to follow Islam. I didn't just follow Christianity. I checked Islam and then I checked Christianity and I chose Christianity.
Yeah, and that's nice.
The technicality is that Sharia cannot be applied to somebody, okay, like myself, who, for example, was not brought up in Islam the right way. You understand?
That's true.
So you cannot punish me if I wasn't raised in Islam in the way that you were. You had to wake up 5 times a day, and somebody woke you up and told you, hey, do your Fajr prayer.
Yeah.
They told you, go learn the Quran today. They sent you to Islamic studies. They told you, wake up, read the tafsir of the Quran. They told you, read the hadith of the Quran, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody told me, exactly. So nobody told me to do that. But in school, we had an Islamic teacher, Islamic studies teacher. She would come, she would teach me, just like she would teach any other students. We learned from her. She was very good to me. I was very good to her. We in fact, even after I left school, she was a very good friend of mine. So I'm not saying that I, dislike the people. I'm saying the doctrine is misogynistic, meaning it's against woman and child, Yolungt. Okay?
Yeah, but sister, I can understand you very well, because where I came from is tough and area I came from, and my father and my family, they never beat me in my whole life because
That's good.
of my religion. But when
Yeah,
I
but
went,
you know what? In Islam,
I went to Yemen, and I started learning Arabic. Okay,
okay.
when I did read the Quran, I started understanding it.
Okay.
So I went on a journey from I was like 12 till I became 20 years. I didn't get the meaning of praying 5 times a day till I became 21. You understand?
Yeah.
I went on a long journey. I always has this, why they tell you pray, pray, pray. Isn't praying for me? If I leave it, isn't bad for me or good for me? I had many questions, but when I moved out, I came to Sweden. I understood the meaning of praying. That's
Okay.
when
No problem. No problem.
everything started clicking on. You understand?
Okay. Look, here's the problem that I have with Islam. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna show you. Now you tell me if this is okay, right? Because your father did not beat you, right?
Okay.
Your father did not beat you, correct?
No, no.
Yeah. So that means your father is a good man, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Look, Yolungt. Okay. The problem is this. Wait a second. Okay. Look here. Look at the screen. Look here. Yalla, read this.
Asma bint Ubayd, I said to Ibn
No, no, out loud, so that people can hear you.
I said to Ibn Sirin, I have an orphan in my care. He said, treat him as you would treat your own child. Beat him as you will beat your own child.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now look, wait. Okay. Right. Read this. No, this is too long. Okay, yeah. Read this one.
The Messenger of Allah ﷺ said, command your children to pray when they become 7 years old, and beat them for it prayer when they become 10 years old, and arrange their beds to sleep separately.
Billahi,
I know.
this is saying the sunnah of Muhammad is that you should beat your children if they don't pray.
Yeah.
You should beat them. Yani, Yolungt, this religion, it tells you to beat your children. Look, read.
Messenger of Allah, peace and command. I know this hadith, yeah. When they are
Yes.
7 years old. Yeah, I know this one.
I know, read.
And Messenger of Allah, peace be upon him, said, command your children to perform salah, prayer, when they are 7 years old, and beat them for it, and not offering them, and when they are 10. And do not let boys and girls sleep together.
Okay. So this is, by the way, this is saying it's Hassan, okay? Some people said that it is in fact Sahih, okay? Hassan is exactly the same as Sahih, yani it's not a big deal. Because it's part of your sunnah, you have to do it. That's why children are beaten, okay? I said to Serene, have an orphan in my care, and basically, this is how you raise the children, okay? And then it says here, okay, to return him,
But did it say he beat them?
He said to beat them.
But
He told Aisha, in fact, Aisha used to beat the children. Aisha was very, very horrible to, even to orphans, she was bad.
okay, where did it say?
Okay, let me show you.
Because my father, he told me, you know, and he told me that hadith, you know, because you are 7 now.
Yeah. So then he said
I should beat you, but he told me you are too smart, I will beat you. So you do your own thing. It's, you know, it's a sunnah. It's good.
Sunnah means you have to do it. You have to beat them.
No, it's not you have to.
If they don't pray, you beat them.
But it's not must, you know. It's not like you have to beat them.
My dear man, beating is beating. To beat a child means to force them to do it.
Yeah, till they get it right, yeah.
Here you go.
But why do you think they will beat us if I don't pray?
Let me show you something, okay?
Okay.
Look here. Read this.
Shumaysa al-Atikiya said the discipling of the orphans was mentioned in the presence of Aisha, and she said, I will beat an orphan until he submits.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you mean until he submits? She would beat them mercilessly. Aisha was very cruel.
And that's the chapter of disciplining, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay,
Here you go.
But if she beat an orphan, that means she gotta beat her own son too.
My dear man, that's a lie. Aisha was seen as the person you took your sunnah from. She was the one who taught you how to do your daily prayers.
But she said, I will beat them until they
submit.
And that means, and she didn't beat them. But
what do you mean? What do you mean she didn't beat them? She beat them.
But she gave her option, and like, I will beat them till they submit. But
my dear man, no, that's not.
It's just like I gave you my example, you know.
That is not true.
My father told me.
Beat them. Oh, Yolungt, please stop. Stop changing your hadith. It says she beat them until they submit.
Yeah, and she even if she raised an orphan, when he said here,
she did not raise any orphans. Aisha never raised orphans.
Yeah, but here the hadith said them treat him.
Yolungt,
treat your own
Yolungt, you have to stop. Aisha beat orphans. This is what it's saying. I'm showing you from your hadith, the hadith that you are, refusing to accept, and the hadith itself is saying. And here you go. Okay, 1 second. Yeah. Let me get it for you. Okay. Command your children to pray and then beat them for it. Okay. Aisha said, where's Aisha said? I had it here 5 seconds ago. Where'd it go? يعني مو معقولة. ما من جد يعني الأحاديث هذه ترى. Okay. Fine. Here you go. Okay.
Like where she beat him, I bet him to submit.
Here you go. Okay. Oh, mother in connection. If you fear that you shall not be able to deal justly with orphan girls to the end of the verse, that your right hand possesses. Aisha said, "Oh, my nephew, it was about the female orphan under the protection of her guardian, who was interested in her beauty wealth and wanted to marry her with a little, whatever. This is garbage.
It wasn't, yeah?
There you go. Shumaysa al-Atiqiyya said, the disciplining of orphans was mentioned in the presence of Aisha, and she said, I would beat an orphan until he submits. She beat them. Razan, anytime, man. What do you mean? I need your collaboration. Come on up.
I will beat an orphan until he submits.
Where are you?
I can say too, I will unalive Rita until she submits, but that don't mean.
What do you mean?
Hadith or something, Rita. I'm here, I'm listening.
Okay. Yolungt. Listen to me, okay? She's recommending an orphan until they submit. Yani she did it. She's saying that she would do that. Aisha was very cruel, by the way. She did something to her own sisters. She had her sisters circumcised. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
La. Where do you think you get khitan from? You get that from Aisha, who brought her sisters and said they should be circumcised too.
What do you mean with circumstances?
My khitan to cut the little girl down there. Down.
Okay.
There. Down there.
Okay.
Down there. Down there.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So Aisha was, very prolific. I mean, she was, out and about with this very terrible, line of action against, orphans who are little babies. Okay. And then we also have the fact that she's using this type of rhetoric against orphans who have no one.
But there is a verse in the Quran in Surah Al-Duha that says فَأَمَّا الْيَتِيمَ فَلَا تَقْهَرْ.
And I'm telling you, your sunnah is different. Your sunnah says beat your children if they don't pray. Your sunnah says beat the orphan until he submits. What do you mean?
But that's the sunnah. You can follow either or you leave it.
My dear man, the sunnah is necessary for your Islam. Then if you don't have to pray, why should you pray?
No, the praying, it says...
No. Why should you pray? In the Quran, it only mentions 3 prayers. Why are you praying 5 times a day? In the Quran, it says 3.
How Quran mentions 3?
The Quran only mentions 3 times of prayer. It doesn't mention 5 times of prayer.
And how do you say that?
For God's sake, please don't make me go there. I'm saying your sunnah tells you how many times to pray, how to do your wudu, how to do your Ramadan fast, how to do Hajj, how to do Umrah. Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
So then if it gives you mandatory ways of how to do Salah, how to do Siyam, how to do Hajj, how to do Umrah, how to pay Zakah, how to do all these things that are Islamic, okay? You can't then tell me, oh no, this type of sunnah, you can take it or leave it. It doesn't work like that.
No, and the hadith and the Quran verse that you are taking must be in the same level. Right now we are the way if you have been Muslim, you know what I'm talking about. We say
I used to do it. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
We say قال Allah. First Allah said, then the Prophet said. You understand? If the things that I hear, they say the Prophet did so and did so, first I go to the Quran, then I go back to the Hadith.
Show me where mut'ah is abrogated.
Huh?
Show me where mut'ah is abrogated.
Mut'ah is abrogated.
Where?
أي متعة؟ متعة الزواج?
When Allah said mut'ah is halal, okay? But then you say mut'ah is abrogated. Show me where Allah abrogated mut'ah.
Okay, wait. Give me a second, okay? I will give you the verse.
Let me help you.
Yes, keep going.
Just 1 second. Not you. I'll help you, Z. I'll help you. Z, let me help you. Okay? There you go. You see? Now you don't have to. Khadr, you want to come up? Hala wallah, hala. Hala wallah, hala.
But actually, Rita, the hadith that you just showed, it does not actually contradict the Quran at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام يا خدر. هلا والله. هلا وغلا.
ليه صعدتيني؟ ليش صعدتيني؟
لا.
يوانا كوس فتنة ها؟
ليش
شيعة مسلم خضر.
الشيعة يتكلمون. ترى عندي سني قلت الشيعة كمان لازم يتكلمون يقولون رأيهم.
لا انت يو كوزنج فتنه يا ريتا والله يو كوزنج
I can't speak now, I know. Now I have a Sunni and I have a Shia. I have an atheist and I have a Christian. شو رأيكم؟
والله خوش كومبينيشن خوش
You see,
كومبينيشن.
I have a Hindu in the house. I have a Buddhist in the house. A Jew. Anyone. I have one.
But يعني no, I would go against the Sunni. يعني if he talks rubbish I'm gonna go and stop him. I can't listen to this and وما أحكي يعني حرام عليك.
كنت جالس على أعصابك باين.
يعني keep telling lies and lies يعني doesn't even read his books.
لا ترى يمكن الكتاب اللي عنده مو مثل الكتاب اللي عندك. يعني انتم الشيعة تشتغلون ب يعني شو اسمه سورسز غير يعني.
لا بس هو حتى الكتاب مالته قال الله وقال الرسول. No, not قال الله.
Okay.
المصادر
Okay. خيدر you talk.
listen just one second. Yolungt, one second.
The prophet goes against Allah.
One second. أنا قلت okay, what I said was, and both of you will understand this, okay? المصادر يلي تشتغلون فيها انتوا الاثنين مو بواحد. انتوا الشيعة تشتغلون بمصادر غير والسني عندها مصادر غير. اوكي مصادر السنة عندكم تختلف. So if the Shia have different sources and the Sunni have different sources, what I know is that both of you will not agree. So that's what I did. What I want right now is to know what the Shia sources say as it pertains to this, the beating of the children. And, we're going to talk about, what I believe is misogyny against women. We're also going to be talking about the Sunni sources. So I would like to see what the Sunni actually think. I want women to participate. I want men to participate. I want to know exactly what the mindset is.
Yeah, but what I meant is, even the Sunni books goes against the Quran. And even I'm not talking about the Shia resources. I'm talking about the Sunni resources itself. Because now you say because like one of the references now, because even in Sunni books, like the guy mentioned, فَأَنَّ الْيَتِيمَ فَلَا تَقْهَرْ, and then and there's a hadith, I think in one of the Sahihain, where the Prophet himself made an orphan cry. يعني yet a long Aisha.
Yeah. Okay. So that's indeed.
That's why I told you, because he doesn't know his books. I mean, there's an orphan girl came to the Prophet. I don't know the context exactly, but at the end دعا عليها وخلاها تبكي وراحت على أمها اللي مربيتها وقالت الرسول دعا علي. وراحت بعدين الأماية قالت له ليش دعي على اليتيمة مالتي؟
بالضبط هذا حديث صحيح. that's a حديث صحيح. Have you heard about it?
There you go. يعني I don't get it. I told these guys don't read their books.
Let me search for this hadith. Just one second.
This is about a woman and her daughter. Ahmad said something.
Okay. Can I answer about the زواج المتعة هذه?
I will try to find it to Rita. لحظة.
Rita.
And I help you, Mr. Yogurt.
Guys, just one second, please, okay? Let Razan finish, okay? And then you talk. Okay, and then Khidr after that you talk.
لا مو مشكلة حبيبتي. أنا حدور على الحديث وياكي. يعني أنت دوري وأنا أدور هسه لأن هذا الحديث معروف مشهور على فكرة. أعطيني دقيقة هسه أدور لك على الحديث.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Yolungt, talk. What is it?
This one about زواج المتعة هذا.
أيوة.
And first it was, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said it's okay to get زواج المتعة. Okay.
No, Allah said it. Allah said it's halal.
Okay, wait. Let me give you.
وما استمتعتم به منهن آتوهن أجورهن. Allah said it's halal.
Okay. But after the فتح الخيبر.
Yes.
And there was a reason that Allah said and فما استمتعتن منهن فآتوهن أجورهن.
Yeah.
The reason was people was on low economy.
Who cares?
They couldn't afford marriage.
Yeah. Okay, fine, no
So
problem.
after the opening of Khaybar, people get money. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam,
After they went, just wait a second. How did they get money after in Khaybar? How did they do it?
I will tell you how they get, but let me.
How did they get
Let
the
me
money?
let,
How?
I'm telling you, they opened Khaybar.
Yeah, okay, Khaybar. What happened in Khaybar for them to get money? How did they do it?
You know, when you open a new state or new country,
How did they open the new state? Please don't make me get the sources. I will do it. You have to
you,
tell the
you
whole
can,
story.
they fought
Who fought who?
between Khaybar and Muhammad.
And what time did they fight?
The time they fight, I don't know.
It was not a fight, it was a raid. You know this, right?
It's called the
Khaybar,
Fatah of
Khaybar
Khaybar.
was a raid, it was not a war.
Okay, why did Muhammad flee to Medina?
Muhammad did not flee in Khaybar.
No, why Muhammad flee to
Muhammad,
Medina?
listen, I don't care why he fled because he's a.
I don't care why he opened
I
it
don't
too.
know.
You see how you asking me?
I'm asking you why did he go to Khaybar? How did he get rich in Khaybar? You're not giving me the answer. Very
But
simple.
caller, I cannot answer question after question. I'm not Google.
No, it's the same question.
Let me
It's the
ask you,
same question.
let me answer you the first
One
question.
question, yeah, Yolungt. What did he do in Khaybar to make
Okay,
himself?
you choose between the Mut'ah or the Khaybar. Which one do you want?
I want Khaybar first, and then we go to Mut'ah. What happened in Khaybar? How did he get rich?
How did they get rich? He opened Khaybar. When he fought, the people of Khaybar, they lose the fight. Then Muhammad, he opened Khaybar.
What time did they lose the fight in Khaybar?
Huh?
How did they lose the fight in Khaybar? What were they warring with Muhammad, or did Muhammad go to Khaybar to fight them?
Muhammad came to Khaybar.
I see. So they were in their homes when he attacked them, yeah?
Didn't Muhammad send letters to them like he sent to Romans?
I don't care what he sent. He went to their home where their families were, where their children were, and then he won the battle that way.
Okay, Rita, you just want focus on.
Yolungt, please listen, okay?
Rita, I know, Rita, I hear Rita.
Yolungt,
If you are telling,
I cannot talk while you're talking at the same time. This is not right. You
Okay.
can't do that. I asked you a very simple question. You said history, Islamic history is important to you. It is important to me to know what Islamic history you're using. I need to know what happened in Khaybar. How did he actually get rich? What time did he do it? You said it's a fight. How did he fight them? I'd like to know. Thank you.
Muhammad come to Khaybar, but why don't you ask me why did he want to fight with Khaybar?
Why did he want to fight with Khaybar? And then tell me how he won.
Okay, I will tell you how he went first. Muhammad come to Khaybar. He stand in front of Khaybar's door, and he told them, let's fight. If you are a man, bring one man of you, I will bring one man of mine, let's fight. Then a man came down, he went to battle. And guess who battled with him? Ali ibn Talib. And this guy, he's Shia, he can talk with you, he can say the truth too. And when they didn't want to open the door, and the Muslims opened the door and they fought. And Khaybar and some people went to prison, and the ones who fought, they lose.
Khaybar, somebody went to prison.
Yeah, there was catches.
Oh my God, this is unbelievable. The way you retell
the
the
hadith.
Okay, all right, show us the
Let me just.
And let's go back to the Mut'ah one.
Wait. This is a very interesting hadith, I must say.
And the marriage of enjoyment you are talking about, and
Just show it to the hadith.
it came because the people couldn't afford it. In Saudi Arabia, they were poor people. So when they get rich,
It was not Saudi Arabia. ليش تقول سعودية على طول؟ يعني السعودية ما تأسست لسه، يعني تأسيس السعودية صار مو أكثر من 100 سنة. عش فيك أنت.
But Saudi Arabia in that time, it's the same place it is right now.
No, it's not. It became Saudi Arabia 100 years ago. It wasn't Saudi Arabia.
So Mecca and Medina was not in Saudi Arabia?
I did not say it wasn't in Saudi Arabia. You're saying Saudi Arabia as if Saudi Arabia was from back then. Saudi Arabia became a nation. It was established as a nation less than 100 years ago. Yani, what's the matter? Be honest, please. Razan, please tell us. Yeah, what
Yes, this is a hadith. I'm just gonna read it for you guys, and then I can put mute on. This is in Sahih Muslim 2603. Okay, I'm just focused. Sahih Muslim 2603. Let's see. Okay, so the story that he mentioned, Khudr. So it says here, chapter, whoever is cursed, revived, or prayed against by the Prophet, when he does not deserve that, it will be purification, reward, and mercy for him. So Anas bin Malik reported that, okay, let's see if I can zoom in. Anas bin Malik reported that was an orphan girl with Sulaiman, who was the mother of Anas. Allah's messenger saw that orphan girl and said, yani she's an orphan girl. He said, oh, is it you? Oh, is it you? You have grown young. May you not advance in years. يعني this is very very bad curse. Like يعني طاح حظك. يعني احنا بالعراق نقول أم داتش. يعني it's a big curse. Like I hope you never grow old. Like I hope you like drop dead. يعني هي معناها drop dead. That slave girl returned to Sulaiman weeping. That's an orphan girl. Muhammad, he made her cry. Sulaiman said, oh daughter, what is the matter with you? She said, Allah's messenger has invoked curse upon me that I should not grow in age, and thus I would never grow in age. Or she said, in my length of life. Sulaiman went out wrapping her headdress hurriedly, and she met Allah's messenger. So she, as any mother, she didn't care that he's a messenger. She wanted to protect her little girl. So she went to the Prophet, and he said to her, Sulaiman, what is the matter with you? She said, Allah's apostle, you invoked curse about my orphan girl? He said, let me see here. He said, Sulaiman, what is that? She said, the orphan girl stated that you have cursed her, saying that she might not grow in age or grow in life. Allah's Muhammad smiled. He smiled. And then he said, Sulaiman, don't you know that I have made this term with my Lord? That the term with my Lord is that I said to him, I am only human being, and I am pleased just as a human being is pleased, and I lose temper just as a human being loses temper. So for any person from amongst my ummah whom I curse, and he tells you B word, W word, spit on you, doesn't matter, and he in no way deserve it. Let that, O Lord, be made a source of purification and purify and nearness to Allah on the day of resurrection. This is hadith. Yani he cursed the little orphan girl. He called her may not you. Yani we say it in English like this, the closest curse, like drop dead. And she went to her mom crying. And think this was an orphan girl. She went to her mom. She told that to her mom. Her mom, like, she put her on her dress, like her hijab, ran to the Prophet because she wanted to pick a fight with him. How dare you, like, speak with my daughter like that? He told her, oh, didn't you know that I have made a deal with my Allah that anyone I curse and swear at and they don't deserve it, that means they're going to enter heaven. That's a hadith number, guys.
By the way, just to add, Rita, there's a whole chapter called Bab من سبه أو لعنه
الرسول. Yeah, I know.
أحسنتي.
A whole chapter in Sahih Muslim about that, by the way. The chapter whom Muhammad curses and use profanity against, and he even said that anyone he uses, he made a deal with Allah. Anyone Muhammad curses, swears at, spit at, being mean at, that this person will go to heaven. That's according to the Sunni sources.
يعني يسب فيني
يعني يقلك يا بنت يا شرشر يا بنت الكلب يا قندرة يا يعني you go to heaven.
والله من جد شيء يحير. I don't know what to say. يعني listen, Yolungt, يعني don't you find that this is really contradictory of, you know, the nature and the personality that should, you know, that it doesn't look good for a prophet to behave in this manner in the first place.
That's the manner that you describe, but that's not the real truth that you say. You
But
just
this is hadith, Yolungt. What is
listen. There is 76 people listening to you. If they have brain, they will understand how you talking and how you behaving. But
what does my behavior and what I talk about have to do with
Rita, let me talk. I listen to you.
Yolungt. No. When I ask you about the material,
listen. You speak Arabic. Allah in Quran he said, وَإِنَّكَ لَعَلَى خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ.
Agul, listen to me. Don't complain about me and my behavior and what I talk about when I haven't done anything wrong. Okay? This is very dishonest of you. You have a problem with the hadith that's being read right now. The hadith is describing Muhammad as some kind of narcissistic creep who is basically going after little baby orphans and cursing them. So if you have a problem, that's a problem you've got. And more importantly, if you have a problem with, you know, the fact that he commends, him and Aisha recommend, not just, you know, they're not just recommending, they're in fact ordering it, that somebody, that these minors, these little ones get beaten for not praying. That's crazy. Just because you didn't get beaten doesn't mean that other people, I know people here who are beaten. Please stop complaining about me, okay, and focus on the topic, okay? Please.
Okay, let's focus on the topic. You believe in Jesus Christ, yeah?
No, that's not the topic.
That's not the topic?
That's not the topic.
Okay, I'm gonna put it down there.
That's not the topic. Focus on the topic.
Okay. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, in that hadith, he said when her mother come to her and she asked her, did you curse her? He said, وَمَا ذَلِكُ وَمَا هَذَا? And he asked her, and what is that? Because she know he's a prophet, and he told her, and قُلْ إِنَّمَا أَنَا بَشَرٌ يُوحَى إِلَيْهِ. Say I'm a human, and I only talk what I reveal. Or Allah said again in the Quran, وَإِنَّهُ لَعَلَى خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ. He's in great honor. You understand? He cannot just speak. You understand? He just said to her what Allah has revealed for him. And that's it. What's the meaning?
Okay, but don't you find...
He's cursing her, he's cursing her. He didn't curse. He just told her what Allah has said about her.
He cursed her.
You're digging the hole deeper. Now you are putting Muhammad's behavior on Allah.
What my problem is, either way,
you're just digging it deeper.
Children. Why is it doing that? Why is your doctrine recommending that children get beaten for no reason? Why is it recommending or suggesting to us that Muhammad actually did in fact curse an orphan child, made her cry?
Okay. Let me answer you that question. If you love somebody and you want them to go to heaven, and you see them, they're taking the other way, wouldn't you drag them by the t-shirt, even if that
is not what this verse is saying.
Where okay. In which direction did they beat them? I told you I'm a Muslim. My father didn't beat me, alhamdulillah.
I don't care about you. You're not the majority. I care about the majority, not you. Your anecdotal situation doesn't matter to me.
And even listen, even if my father...
I don't know why you feel the need to talk over me. And you know, people waited for you to finish talking, right? What's wrong with you?
Then put me down. I'm gonna go down if you want.
Okay, then if you don't want to talk, don't talk over me. How many times should I say this to you, Yolungt?
We cannot...
For you to finish, you cannot talk while I'm talking.
Okay, keep going.
Our problem is not that your father didn't beat you. Okay, good. Your father was a good man. That's not the problem. The problem is Aisha is recommending that children get beaten because she beat them. Then we have the problem where Muhammad is saying he curses a child, an orphan child. What is that? What kind of prophet curses a child?
Okay, when my prophet curses is bad, and when Jesus curses is good.
Number one, Jesus never cursed anybody. You just lied. Number two, don't run to Jesus just because you can't figure out a way from your
I believe in Jesus, so I'm not
No,
gonna
no,
talk.
don't run to
I'm
my
not.
Bible. Don't
I
run
will.
to my
You
Bible.
see, you see,
Yolungt,
Rita.
Listen.
Yolungt,
You
don't run
see,
to my
Rita.
Bible. Do you understand? Stay on your Quran, on your Hadith, on your Tafsir, okay? Don't run
Rita.
to my Bible because you can't answer the question.
Okay,
Okay?
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Wait. Yo,
You see, Rita. The problem with Sunnis, when they
can
get
talk. You can talk.
cornered, when they get cornered.
Khidr, are you there? Something happened. Hello?
عود صديقكم انا اجي دائما اخذ منكم جي.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now, but
Yeah, we
somebody
hear
else.
you talk
See,
now.
the problem with Sunnis, when they get cornered, they always say, "Oh, because this is in your book, it means it's allowed in my book.
Yeah.
Because you do it, it means it's allowed for us to do it as
We
well."
don't do that anyway. My Jesus never cursed anybody.
Yeah, no, in general, they do that with Shia as well. They do
Yeah.
that with Shia because they get
And
cornered
this
and they
guy is
don't have an
saying
answer to
he's
them.
Muslim like me, and he can
My
drink my
God,
blood.
No,
Yolungt, let
you are
people
not
speak.
Muslim. You are not a Muslim. According to me, you're not a Muslim.
And you can drink my blood, yeah?
No,
And I get
but it's up to you. You have to do whatever you do. Be kafir, be whoever you are. Who cares?
and you can call
I'm
me
not a
kafir too.
Sunni.
And you can call me kafir too.
I'm not a Sunni. I'm not a
Ah,
Sunni.
ah.
I don't go and butcher people if they're not Islam. We're not like this. We're not. So it's up
We're
to you,
not.
whatever you believe.
You just call
Yeah.
me a disbeliever. You just call me a
Alhamdulillah,
disbeliever. What else
Alhamdulillah,
can
Rita. Alhamdulillah, Rita already knows what kind of Muslims you are. I don't have to explain to her. I don't have to show her.
she
I
just
know what
said we follow the same book.
I
And you
know
are
what you
Muslim.
do to
Oh my
people.
god.
I know what you do to people
Oh
who
my
goes
days.
against your religion. I know what you do to them. Okay?
Listen. 1,000 of you can come. Listen. 1,000 of you can come and try
Yeah.
to make
See?
me. Listen.
See?
Listen.
He's already threatening. He's
A,
already threatening.
1,000 of you can come and try to change my religion, but you can't, bro.
Okay, well, listen, you cannot threaten people, okay?
I'm not threatening.
That's
I'm
not
telling
good.
just 1,000 of him.
Don't threaten people. That's not good. Okay, Yolungt? Don't do that. Zainabu, hello. Hi.
Rita, it was nice to talk to you, but
Yolungt, stay. Just 1 second, okay?
Rita, you know why
there's a woman here. Just 1 second. Hello?
you really know I want to talk to you, but
Yolungt, one
you know what you're
second.
doing and why
There's
I'm not
somebody
talking to
else
you.
here. 1 second. Calm down. Hello? Hello? Yo,
زينب
زينب. والله شكلها نامت البنية.
I don't know.
اسمعها تتنفس. Okay, all right. Oh boy, Hussein is up. Hussein is up. كملت.
Rita.
Hello.
Rita,
Yeah.
can you talk with Khadir too, the same way?
Yeah, I do. Do you think that Khidr, don't we talk? Don't we talk? Honestly, please listen, Yolungt, listen, Yolungt. Just because I disagree with you doesn't mean that all the time I agree with Khidr. With Khidr, I have a huge argument.
Oh, so many arguments.
We have so many arguments with Khidr.
So many arguments.
Literally, I do. I have so many arguments with you, Khidr. يعني, you know, it's not this, you know, I'm not just picking on the Sunnis. I'm not. I'm looking at your sources and I'm trying to discuss them with both the Sunnis and the Shias.
Wallah, trust me, as soon as you go down, she's gonna turn on me. Wallah,
Yalla, talk with him. Let me see.
as soon as you go down, she's gonna turn on me. Trust me, straight away.
Wallahi, I want to hear his answer. Oh my Lord, I want to hear his answer.
Okay, Hussein. Hi, Hussein. How are you? God bless you. Welcome to panel. Hussein.
نعم God bless سلام المسيح يكون معكم
سلام المسيح.
Yeah, it's really great to hear.
It's great to have you, man. You're always welcome here. So, what do you think about what we're talking about? Apparently, children can't be children. They have to be beaten in order to be forced to pray. And I disagree with that. I disagree. I feel that children should be protected. Children should not be forced to do anything against their will. And in fact, the only time that they are to start learning about religion and whatnot is when they should be, when they are mature enough in age, okay, around 15, 16, 17, is when they should start learning about religion, is what I believe. What do you think?
First of all, one of the major reasons as to why I left Islam is being beaten by my father in the morning. Salah, like he comes up, salat, whipping us on the back. You're in sleep, you just wake up. So I was beaten for that. But as I grew, I remember what, at home, your dad is beating you for salat. Then at home, you're trying now. You said, Daddy, I want school fees. I want this. I want to buy this. I want food. I've not eaten. At that moment, his responsibilities run away. He will tell you, I don't have money. I don't have this. Yet when it comes to salat, he's beating you like as if you've committed some crime. And you're failing to do your responsibilities as a father and leaving our mothers to struggle, leaving our mothers to raise us. You're not providing as a father, but you can beat us for salat.
Yeah.
So he used to beat me for salat, but when it comes to school fees, it would become a problem. When it comes to money for provision, like any other father could provide for a child, it is a problem. When it comes to clothes, you have to look for where you will get your clothes. But salat I just hated that. I just hated, you're beating me as for salat, yet you cannot provide as a father.
Exactly. I agree with you. I agree with you, and I think that's a major problem in the entirety of the this cult's existence, because what I see is that children are in fact abused into this into the mentality that they have to accept this, or they have to face some form of undeserved punishment. It's really maniacal. Why can't if this cult wanted to grow with love, with the a sense of appreciation from its devotees, then it should have started with being kind to children, was being loving to children. And the only religion that does that, as far as children go, is in fact Christianity, where Jesus says, do not harm these little ones. Do not be a stumbling block for these children. Do not cause these children to stumble, for he says that heaven belongs to such as these, to the children. So our Jesus says, anyone who harms a child in any way, fashion, or form should have a millstone tied to his neck, and they should be thrown into the deepest parts of the ocean. So, and that would be merciful for them on the day of judgment, because causing a child to stumble, causing a child harm, not supporting them, and making them feel as if they are, hopeless and deprived of any form of right, is truly satanic, to say the least. I think that children should deserve, they don't just deserve it, they demand it. The children are the most vulnerable members of society, in any society, and children should be shown love, mercy, kindness. We don't see this happening from this cult. We don't see this happening from Muhammad, especially. Muhammad basically curses a little orphan child, as we can see. Aisha basically says that she would beat an orphan. This is destructive.
Me, I can testify. I was beaten to just study Quran. I was totally beaten to show up at the mosque. If I don't show up at the mosque, my dad will have to ask Sheikh, did this my child show up? If I didn't, those are canes. And the other thing is, in the morning at Fajr, if my dad is the first on the mat and you're still sleeping, trust me, you'll not eat breakfast and you'll be beaten. The other thing is you have to be the first to wake up. You have to be the first, and Hajj, dad finds you there on the mat waiting for him. Then you do the Iqamah and start Salat.
That's just terroristic. I can't imagine.
If that's at times I'm rude, at times, that's how I grew, like we grew like as if they are raising mujahidins, you know. If you know, look at these people of the West, them they have not gone in this tough environment. For us, we were raised as if they are raising people who are going to die for Islam, like mujahidins, as if you're soldiers, you know.
Yeah, I get it. And I think that's the main problem here. You know what? Most of these people, they're not willing to look into their text and say, you know what, we need to reform it. I'm saying reform. If you don't want to leave, don't leave it, but reform it to the point where now you can have rights. I don't even think that women have rights in this cult whatsoever. And I've asked women to come up and discuss women's rights in Islam. Maybe hundreds of times. They don't want to come. And I say, look, if you're a Muslimah, please come and show us what your rights are. Please come, discuss with us, teach us what it is that you believe are part of you and parcel of your sunnah. They don't.
Actually, let me answer the one in the comment. The one in the comment is saying that is happened in my family. I'm going to tell you plainly, if your family didn't do it, then your family has been raised in Bid'ah Islam that has compromised the deen. But in true Islam, if your father is really radical when it comes to traditionally explaining hadith, he has to beat the hell out of those children. Who do you say, I cannot perform salat? They'll have to beat your head out so that you come to your senses.
No,
That is true Islam.
Get it. Batman, if you're willing, come up and explain yourself. Like, don't say that, I'm lost simply because I'm asking simple questions, okay? This is very silly. And Sabella, whatever your name is, I don't know how to pronounce it, so maybe if you can come up, you can tell us how to pronounce your name. Tell us what exactly are the rights in Islam, and I'll be very happy to walk you through the rights that Christianity has offered women all over the world. The same rights that you perhaps enjoy in the secular Christian world today, if you live outside of a Muslim nation. I perhaps, it's high time that you actually came up on these panels and started to discuss your religion honestly. Okay? And Lady N, I don't know what you talk about when you mention guidance. I'm simply asking a very simple question. Are there real rights? Are there any rights in this cult? Because it is a cult. Okay? If you want to answer, if you Muslims are out there and you want to you participate in this conversation, come up.
Rita, by the way, next Tuesday, this is exactly my
Bella, I will block you if you mention the Holy Spirit again. Do you understand? I'll block you. Mention the Holy Spirit again and you will see what I say about your Muhammad. Okay? And Splinter.
Hey, just block them.
For that, no. It's just very simple. You see? You just do this. Disgusting people. You see? Your hatred is not going to work here. TikTok. Please, just 1 second. 1 second, Hussein. TikTok. We do not condone any form of hate speech, hateful behavior, hateful rhetoric, any harassment, any abuse. No violence is allowed on this panel. When other people speak and they are hateful, we make sure that you are informed and you are to find out exactly what these people actually said that led to the conversation taking a turn. We are a panel that's dedicated to the spread of love, peace, harmony, and the gospel of Christ to all who need to hear it. And we love the TikTok shop. Win TikTok shop. We love the TikTok shop. Thank you. All right. Continue, Hussein.
Who is that one saying that Muslim talking about the spirit? We well know that Allah can't create Adam without blowing from his Ruhi. Allah is dependent. Actually, Allah partners with his Ruhi. I asked a Muslim, can Allah create without blowing from the Ruhi? He said no. Then why does Allah depend on a creature to create creation? That is a problem. If the Ruhi is just creature of Allah. So next time when you're talking about the spirit, Allah says he has given you ilm kalila, little knowledge. So just ask him.
Yeah, so it's really strange when Muslims try to offend Christians by talking against the Holy Spirit, which they know we believe And we've been told by our Jesus Christ that is the most unforgivable sin in the book. So, Muslims, you have the Holy Spirit in your Quran too. So when you say the Holy Spirit is this, that, and the other, you think you're offending us, you're also offending yourself. You're basically opening up your own book to scrutiny. So don't do that, please. Okay? By the way, you understand that every single time you try to offend my God, I will come for yours, right? And then I start blaspheming and then you don't like me. So please be careful. Be careful. Keep it respectful in the chats. Okay?
Wait. Muslims don't talk about their religion. They will not talk about yours. So keep it peaceful.
Yolungt, yani this is not fair, right? They expect respect, but they don't give any back.
No.
I have not been disrespectful to you. I really love your presence here. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I don't go out of my way to be disrespectful.
But we Muslims, we are not like that. I don't know why they do.
Yeah, okay, fine, no problem. But the majority that come to my panels are very disrespectful. You should hear what they say.
I call them the respectful Muslims are bid'ah Muslims, Muslims that have more humanity. But the traditional Islam, the Islam of Muhammad, no, la. It's not the Islam done in Sweden. If you're in Sweden, then you're even actually in the wrong place, according to the teachings of Muhammad, being in the land of the kuffar. You're actually even in the wrong place. If you're in the land of the kuffar, getting benefits from that land, that the economy is entitled around riba, I don't know. By Muhammad, he has already cast you. But by Jesus, you're in the grace of Christ. Simple as that.
Hey, listen, Sweden is a Christ land, man. It's a Christian land. What are you talking about?
The Christians are called kuffar, brother. What are you talking about? Don't you know that Jews and Christians are all kuffar, disbelievers? They have disbelieved in the message.
Ahlul Kitab, if you don't know.
Yeah, that's what Allah says in the Quran. They are not mu'min.
If you are called
That's why they are dressed as Jews.
That means you are one of the book. So what's the wrong?
Yeah, brother. Allah in the Quran also addresses those who disbelieve in the Ahlul Kitab. And he has always addressed the Roman Empire, Rome, as the land of the kuffar.
If you
didn't know that.
Listen, Allah said, قل يا أهل الكتاب تعالوا إلى كلمة سواء بيننا وبينكم ألا نعبد إلا الله. Allah said that. You understand? One of the books.
Brother,
let's come to agreement between you and me. You understand?
Wait. Brother, let me now teach you something. You're caught in the right side. First of all, we first understand that Muhammad had a life when he was protected by the Christians. For example, when he went to Abyssinia, he was welcomed by the Christians, and he brought a verse in the Quran. Wait. Yes. He brought a verse in the Quran that there are those amongst the Christians that Allah shall give them the eternal home, because they have renounced the world, which is also a verse in the Quran talking good about Christians. But with time, when Muhammad grew up in Medina, now we are looking at the life of Muhammad in Medina. We're not looking at the life of Muhammad in Mecca. We're looking at the life when Muhammad now developed guts of power, pride of saying things like, I've been entitled to fight the kuffar until they believe in Allah, until they submit. That's when he started waging wars against Christians and Jews. We are not looking at the time when he was in Mecca. We are looking at the time when he revealed his revelations in Medina. Yeah. So Muhammad is just a changing chameleon. That's what you should know.
Actually, you know what I found out yesterday?
You know that, Hussein, do you know that when the Prophet, peace be upon him, sent his people to Abyssinia, and they came to the king, and the king asked them, what do you know about Jesus, and what do you know about his mother, and what do you know about his miracles? They tell them exact the way Prophet Muhammad told them, the way Allah revealed for Muhammad, and Muhammad revealed for them. And when the king understood that, he said, if you give me a mountain of gold, I will not give you to people of Quraysh. So why do you think a Christian and king, he did not allow the Arabian and people to take back their own people back?
Yolungt, can I ask you something? I went to Egypt, okay, and I went to Ethiopia just to see the Bibles there, okay? This is about a year and a half ago, okay?
Yes.
My friends told me the oldest Bibles are there. There are some, there's the body of Matthew or Mark is there and whatnot. So I heard a lot of these stories, and I decided to go to Egypt. And then Ethiopia is also right there. I was like, you know what? I'll just go and check it out. And I go there, and I ask around, and I said, listen, are there any evidence that Muhammad's people were here? And there's no evidence. Nobody, can find any archaeological evidence, nothing to prove that the people of Mecca actually came, Muhammad's followers actually came to Ethiopia. There's no letters, there's no nothing. And guess what? The funny thing is that the Ethiopians were they were busy writing, you know. They write everything about their lineage, about their people, where they come from, what tribe they are, who they spoke to. All these things are traditions that they've been writing for more than 3,000 years, okay? And the Ethiopians were the first writers, at least one of the first writers, if not after the Sumerians, and definitely the first to write and to read and to understand, and just like the Egyptians. So it was very crucial for them to write, just like it was crucial for the Egyptians to write, just like it was crucial for the Nubians to write. These were civilizations that were very highly educated. That's why Muhammad decided to send his people to Ethiopia, okay? Because it was an empire, it was a very powerful empire back then. So can you please help me understand why when there are names for every single king in the kingdom of Abyssinia, because Abyssinia is an empire, okay? And the kingdoms have their own, in Abyssinia there are at least 90 kingdoms, okay? So every kingdom has its own king. Please tell me which king Muhammad's people met.
And he called Najashi, or in English, Negus.
Yeah. It's not, Negus is not in English. Negus, you can, are there any Ethiopians here? Ethiopians and Eritreans, please? Anybody? Hello? They're usually here. I always find a lot of them. But anyway, Negus means, excuse me, just 1 second, please. Please, just 1 second, okay? Negus means king. It doesn't mean a name. It is not Negasi. Okay, is Negashi or Negash or Negashi is an Arabized form of the word Negus. Negus is king. It doesn't mean a name. You're giving me a generic title instead of giving me a name for the actual king. So Yolungt, please stop talking over me. Okay? So. Give me the name, the actual name of the king and which dynasty, which kingdom he went to.
Okay, and I will tell you. Then let me tell you something. You know, I'm from Somalia. You know, Ethiopians and Somalia, we are like cousins, brothers, from the same things, same area, Eritrea. There is Eritrean and Ethiopian people that their name is Negus. Do you know that?
Sir, the reason why they do that is because it's a title. It's not a name. They can name themselves Negus, okay? This is not a historic thing. People didn't used to call themselves Negus, okay? I asked around, by the way. These were Muslim arguments that I made to the Habeshas, and they basically told me, "Oh no, these names became popular as of the last 100 years. This was not something that was typical of the Abyssinians to name their children king."
Okay, there is an archaeologically place located in Tigray. It's called Negus. I will show you.
Okay, what's the name of the Negus? Because that is not a name, that's a title.
It's called like this, Nagash, and I will write it down.
No, but that's an Arabized version. It's not an, listen to me. Nagash is an Arabized version of Negus. It's not it's the same word, only it's been Arabicized. You understand? So you cannot use that word as a name. Khidr, do you have the same story in Shia, in the Shia stories? In the Shia hadith?
The story about what again, sorry?
Did Muhammad's people actually go to Abyssinia?
They did, yes. I'll bring you the resource. I have to.
Okay, and who was the king that they met there? Because I'm saying that the name Negus is a title, it's not a name. And there were many Neguses in Abyssinia. There were 90 of them at any given time, because there were 90 tribes. These tribes go back 3,000 years. These are not tribes from yesterday. So if there were 90 tribes and each tribe has its own language and each tribe has its own king, because each tribe has its own kingdom, I would like to know which kingdom this Negus was a king of, and what his actual name was.
I'll go back and research it. No problem. I'll get back to you. No worries. I don't know much information about it. I know that they went to Habasha, the king of Habasha, but I don't know what was his name, to be honest.
Yeah. So this is the problem. You see, you have to have the name of the kings that are being mentioned, and this is exactly what the problem is. Herein lies the big dilemma for Muslims. They claim to have had direct contact with a king of the time, and these kings trace their lineage, at least in part, to Hebrew roots, to Israelite roots, and so.
But,
They
sister,
have this policy. Please wait, Yolungt, okay? They have a policy of recording every aspect of their lives. So if that's true, and by the way, I wish I had that type of, now we have, these DNA tests where, we all know exactly where we came from and who our family line is and whatnot. We can do all the tests, right? Back in those days, the only way for a person to know which family and which tribe he belonged to was because of their family tree, which was within the church. So if these churches, by the way, Ethiopia and Eritrea and Somalia were all, including parts of Sudan and the majority of it anyway, were the Abyssinians. So here's my question. If all of these lands are the Habashas, okay, and all of these lands had kings, which king, what is his name? Because they know how to record their past. These are not an illiterate people. The Ethiopians were very, very, very strategic in that they knew how to read and write. Yes. And they were very, very clear. They were very combative with every single other nation that came to their land and attempted to take over, which is why Ethiopia never got conquered as a nation. They were very fierce. So for Muhammad to go to them was smart, but for Muhammad to not record the actual name of the king, not smart at all.
I think I have the name.
Okay.
Let me first add on. Let me first answer Negas. Actually, when they were running,
as Hama
wait.
Okay. Yolungt Hassan started talking first.
Yeah, let me first answer you. When the Muslims went in Abyssinia, actually, that's what I was saying. They were doing taqiyya. They were compromising Islam. They didn't. Why don't you think they brought in verses like verses like indeed they are those they are those who have disbelieved that say Allah is the Messiah. Why do you think they didn't recite those verses when they are mentioning like when they met King Nagis, the Muslims themselves, they just recited the verses which basically were saying that qala inni Abdullah atayna al-kitab. He said, indeed I am a servant of Allah. Those are the verses actually they recited. Indeed I am a servant of Allah, and that He has given me scripture and made me a prophet. He has made me blessed wherever I be, and enjoyed upon me zakah and everything. He has made me dutiful. Blessed be upon me on the day I die, and everything like that. Those verses actually were more like aligning to explain, because when you say blessed upon me the day when I'm born, the day I'll be raised to life, and what more sounded like crucifixion in the eyes of the Christians. And also being that he's a prophet, which is Christians also affirm that Jesus himself was a prophet given the scriptures like any other. But they compromised. They didn't just wake up and they didn't tell Nagis that you guys, you're disbelievers, you're kuffar, because Allah says in the Quran, those indeed have disbelieved that say Allah is the Messiah. Why didn't they tell clearly, plainly to King Nagis that, brother, what you guys are believing in, you've disbelieved, who say Allah is the Messiah, which themselves, the king in Ethiopia, themselves, they do believe that. They believe that the Messiah himself is God. That is Jesus himself incarnate. They all believe in those concepts. Why do you think the Muslims were not able to tell them, you people, you're kuffar, you've disbelieved? Yet they just, how do I say? For example, if I'm seeking refuge in a Muslim land and I'm a Christian, I reach there, and because I know they don't believe Jesus is God, I start hiding and I compromise myself, say, yeah, we believe Jesus is just a prophet, is not God, is just God has no son. I start affirming the beliefs of Islam. in a way of speaking, that shows hypocrisy. That shows I'm not proud of my faith. That shows compromise. And I'm going to tell you clearly, the Muslims, when they went to Abyssinia, they were compromising their faith because they were seeking refuge. They were seeking help. That's why they didn't plainly tell Muhammad. And when the news went to Muhammad, when they informed Muhammad that we have been given refuge, that's why you see verses like, indeed there are those among the Christians who God has given, he addresses them as the Nasara. That's clearly to show that Islam was compromising their faith. That's why you read Surah Al-Ma'idah where it says, indeed the Mu'min, the believers of the Quran, the Jews and the Christians, indeed Allah shall give them their eternal home and everything like that. Those verses are all just compromising Islam. The true face of Islam unfolds when he walked in Medina. That's when Muhammad was in Medina. That's the true Islam.
Yeah.
So get some
There's
education,
also
brother, about that.
There's also the story of Zainab bin Jahsh's brother, Abdullah bin Jahsh, who basically goes to Ethiopia, and then he becomes a Christian soon after he arrives there, and decides to stay with his wife and children. He doesn't, in fact, go back to mainland the Arabian Peninsula because he decides that he wants to stay behind, and he doesn't want to become a Muslim anymore. So he goes there, becomes a Christian, and that's the last we hear about him. So why is it that these things, I mean, while it's there in your Muslim sources, Yolungt, I have to say, I'm a bit curious about why it is that the recordings of this particular part of history, Islamic history, fails to mention who met the king, what was said exactly, what his name was, because they're very meticulous when it comes to an, ad infinitum. ad infinitum. قال عن and then it continues that way up until the final person. So, sir, help us understand that. Thank you.
We have the king's real name and which century he lived on, and the kingdom he ruled upon, and where his kingdom came to. Okay. And the kingdom was Aksum. The kingdom was called the Kingdom of Aksum. It stretches all the way from down Eritrea to some part of Somalia. Okay. And his name was Ashama or Negusi. Understand?
Yeah, that's not his name. What's his actual name? Hey, is there an Ethiopian or Eritrean here who knows about the Ethiopian or Eritrean history regarding the king that met with the Muslim migrants to Ethiopia?
And if any Eritreans or Ethiopian are here, please answer. And because I have a lot of friends from
if only if you're Eritrean, because I only have one spot.
Yeah,
Creative, do you have anything you want to say, dude?
Because we talk every day.
Hello, hi, brother.
I mean, I did speak, but you told me to be quiet. So.
Sorry. I just wanted to make sure everybody gets a chance. How are you today?
I'm well. I had one of my friends here, and he has no beliefs at all. He's completely atheist, so I wanted you to speak to him, but he already left.
No problem. We do have a topic today still, but if you'd like, we can talk privately about that. Is that okay?
No, perfectly fine. He's already gone, so it's no big deal.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you start doing your own research?
As of today?
As of last night?
I have not embarked on that journey of information and knowledge yet, and I am not at liberty to have the time to do that yet. I'm not gonna lie, I just don't feel like dealing with it yet.
No problem. Take your time.
Understood. Now I can also exit so someone else can come in. I do know that niggas is Swahili till this day for the word king. It is a title, so I know that much for sure.
Yeah, it says king of the king of the kings in Ethiopia. And you know how Ethiopian is?
Yeah, the king of kings refers to God. It doesn't refer to the king, Yolungt.
No, if you ask Ethiopian today, he will say Ethiopia is the king of the kings.
No. Actually, that's not true at all.
I am from there. I was born in Ethiopia.
1 second. I know many Ethiopians, and yes, that while there is a throne, okay, and their king sits on it, the throne belongs to Jesus Christ. That's what they will tell you, because these were Christian kingdoms,
They were
and they gave
Christians.
a throne. They created a throne everywhere in every kingdom for the purposes of Jesus Christ. They believe that He is their King of Kings, and because in the Bible Jesus is King of Kings, you cannot call a normal person a King of Kings. Ethiopians don't do that. Thank you.
Ethiopians don't do that. I know. Ethiopians, you know why? Why we Somalis we love our Ethiopian brothers, because their Christian is, you know, they are real believers. You know, they do just as the Bible tell them. I have many friends. They are Christian and Muslim. We love each other. They call me on holidays. I go to them, and I call them on my
Brother,
days. That's not the difference. You understand? And
actually,
why?
I'm also.
Guys, Hussein,
Wait.
you asked Hussein. You asked before, and you said, why did the Muslim hide their beliefs, and why did they go there to? And because they was hiding. I will tell you that Prophet Muhammad, he told his companions to go there because there is a just king. He is just. He will give you shelter if you tell the truth. They went there and they just said as they believed. They didn't hide nothing. If you read the Quran today, it's the same Quran from 1400, brother. And there is no
Yeah,
difference.
brother. Wait, Yolungt, I'm also a cousin to the Ethiopians because me have been raised in Sudan, and you're just like my brothers. The thing is, listen. The thing is, the verses were, you know, Quran didn't come as a book at once. Quran came in form of revelations, depending on the situation. When we talk of verses, the surahs that came in Medina and surahs that came in Mecca, they are very different, depending on the attitude of the Prophet. Here he was still, you know, humble. In the Mecca stages, Muhammad was still humble. He had not yet, you know, gotten that power, how do you say, audibility. But you look at verses whereby Muhammad himself couldn't say, لَقَدْ كَفَرَ الَّذِينَ قَالُوا إِنَّ Allah huwa al-Masihu ibn Maryam. Like those verses whereby all these guys are disbelievers, those explicit verses, such verses couldn't be recited to King Negus of Ethiopia. And besides that, you look at, if you talk of, there's no one is better than among the Ethiopians believing that Jesus is God, Jesus is King. There's no one that is better than Ethiopian Jews in believing that Jesus is King and in believing that Jesus is God, the Son of God and God incarnate. There's no one who is better. So if you're trying to say they're better or whatever, they don't think like Islam. That's why Islam failed. Islam failed to conquer Ethiopia. The reason why Ethiopia was not colonized by the whites themselves, because these guys already had belief. They already had Christ. So it was really hard to brainwash them in some religious manner. You get it? So that's one of the reasons why the Ethiopian kingdom prevailed amidst surrounding Islamic empires. Because of believing that Jesus is God.
Which surrounding is and which Islam countries are surrounded?
No, I mean the Arab. I mean Ethiopia has been surrounded. You look Sudan this side,
Ethiopia was so
they
strong
became
that it
Muslims.
conquered all the way to Yemen. What are you talking about?
I mean the Christians, they didn't conquer it in the Islamic way.
No, okay, Ethiopian conquered all the way to Yemen.
That's before Islam. When Islam came, Islam was conquering lands. Listen.
What is he saying?
Yes.
Ethiopia was so strong that they come all the way to
didn't even try to conquer Ethiopia because Ethiopia was the ones conquering at that time.
Yeah, they were conquering. Yeah, Ethiopia was strong. What do you think about Ethiopia? Ethiopia was strong, bro.
No. Yeah, Ethiopia was strong. They were staunch believers of Christ. The thing is,
in all Africa.
When brother, we are talking of Islamic conquest. In history, we are talking of Islamic conquest where Islam had started expanding its boundaries, moving to Spain, moving to Egypt, Morocco, Sudan, Somalia. In all those conquests, only Ethiopia, that's what I said, in quote my words, only Ethiopia was not conquered by the Muslims.
Yeah, to
if you had
Ethiopia,
me right,
you have to go through Somalia first. And what are you talking about?
Somalia was conquered.
Somalia did not exist
Somalia
back
was
then.
conquered.
Yolungt. Somalia was conquered, okay, and Somalia as a region was used for slave trade. Yolungt.
So you're telling me Somalis was slaves?
Unfortunately, yes, sir.
You are joking with me. You don't know history or life.
Okay. Have you wish?
I can show you 1,000. You know, Ethiopia you are talking about. I love my Ethiopians, but they know our history too.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about people that are
No,
not here right
that's
now.
not
You
even
understand?
why I'm talking about this. I genuinely want to know what the role of
Listen. The
Islam
one who
was
conquer
in
us,
terms
the
of
one who conquer us, they
Yolungt,
couldn't.
Yolungt,
If
Yolungt.
if
I
their
don't.
wife
I'm not.
get pregnant, they cannot born in Somalia. They need to
Okay.
take her back.
All
And
right.
you
So
telling me
what
they
I'm
The
they
name of
put
the
discussing,
king is
slaves?
Nayashi.
Why you
Yolungt,
lying?
Yolungt. Nobody's lying.
Rita, the name of the king is Nayashi.
Yeah, it's not his name. That's a title. It just means
That's
Niguse.
his name or and Ashamani. Not I said it
That's
before.
not his name. That is not his name. Okay.
You're
So
right.
the point
King
is,
Ashama. You can Google
sir,
that. Okay.
sir, that's not
I
his
looked it up.
name. That's not his name. You didn't you never had any record of his name, which is why no dynasty actually claims a name. These dynasties had names for their kings.
No,
They
but Rita,
recorded. They recorded
I'm
everything.
not. I'm not gonna speak as if
So
I
I
know
don't
for a
understand
fact.
why we're guys.
Hold
Please
on.
don't not stop.
Excuse
Let's
me.
not talk over each other because I don't like that. Okay. So
Right.
here's the issue. Okay. These are kingdoms. In Ethiopia were kingdoms, very strong kingdoms, which is why the Caucasians couldn't conquer them, which is also why before the Caucasians, the Arabs couldn't conquer them. And before the Arabs, no one else could conquer them. Okay, this was a region that no one could conquer. So I want to know, okay, what if anything, what if any benefit Islam gave women and children, please? Can I go back to that? I'd like to know. Because the topic was about women and children.
I
Women and
wasn't.
children, what
I
they
wasn't here.
got.
I
What did
wasn't
they
here for
gain?
this.
Because Muhammad said that children have to be beaten to force them to pray. And Aisha says that she would regularly beat children who were orphans. So I would like to know what, if anything, did this cult give in terms of rights to children? Please focus on that. And women, by the way.
Okay. Let's go to women. In women in Islam, they have the right to education first.
Oh, no.
The second one is right to own and property.
Okay, how much property?
And
How much property?
she can own how much property she want, and she can own them independently too.
I see. And
Okay. And the third one is
yeah,
right to work. She have the
he
right to
has a
work.
right to work.
Right to work.
Wait,
Yes.
Yolungt, you just,
I don't know. I don't know if you
you,
two are
wait, you
and
align into Western values. You well know
blending.
that in the law of Sharia, wait, Yolungt, is it Yolungt? I'm failing to pronounce your name. Yolungt, you well know that in the laws of Sharia, there's the concept of modesty, whereby a woman is always a family wife, in the concept that cannot enter into public matters like political rule or anything without in the presence of men. A woman has to remain at home as a housewife and cannot work. In Islam, actually, in true Islam, it's taught that it's a man who has provided for the home, while the woman acts the role of a housewife than
Okay.
doing anything. So when we are talking of Islam, we're not talking of modern Islam. We're not talking of Islam that has aligned to Western values. We're not talking of. We are talking of
No.
traditional
I
Islam.
will give you a reference from the Prophet's time. Okay. And women, when prophets.
You bring.
Okay, when the Prophet used to go, or the Sahabas used to go to war, they have the women who work like and what they call nurses. And
Slaves.
listen. Let me give you one more. And you know what is called? And I forgot what is in English.
No, brother, that was not
I
work.
forgot the
That
word.
work is paid for. You see, when we define work, we are looking of something that you do that earns bread for the family. Like a man goes to hustle and look for gold, brings the riches back home. So in the instance of supporting the Muslims in war, providing water was not work. It was the responsibility of women to provide water, drinking water to their men who are fighting, who are the breadwinners. It was like doing housework, housewife work, which is not work in
If I
terms
tell
of
you the
earning
woman,
bread.
okay, the women in Islam, they used to go to war. What do you say about that? What are you gonna say about that,
How
then,
comes
brother?
Aisha didn't work? How comes Aisha was just at home and
Okay,
Muhammad could
what if I
provide?
tell you the women in Islam, they used to go to war? What are you gonna say about that? Now you said the man, if they go to work, they do the work and they
Okay,
fight and they bring the
can you give
bread
us
back
an
home.
example? Can you give us an example of the women in Islam, in Islamic era, not before Islam, after Islam, within Islam, working to earn bread, please?
Okay, I will give you. Give me a second. I will give you the women too who went to war also if you want.
La la la, I want work for money.
And maybe Khadija, because she was not yet a Muslim.